Mohamed.
Walaikum salam.
So this time we need to talk about things we got from our culture, and this is between like treating our boys and our girls. So really what I see in our community that we really more loose with our boys and more strict with our girls, and I'm seeing that this having some negative impact because the boys start to act in a certain way and the girls see because of inequality between the treatment, so they start to act in a different way.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, and I think that's the problem. I guess when it comes, first of all, from Islamic standards, both boys and girls, or men and women, both have certain restrictions.
Yes.
Right? But unfortunately, culture would shift more on the woman's side, right? That they start applying all these extra layers of restrictions and then remove it from the men and the boys. So now the boys are just living a life of just literally total freedom. And now you have the other side where there's young, girls and females are looking at that and they're saying like, how is that fair? That these guys are going out there with certain hairstyles, shorts, barely any shirt on. And here we are, we have to cover up all this, we can't get an education, we have to stay home, we cannot interact with nobody, we can't get a job, we can't work. And just keeping them in the closet while the other opposite gender, they're seeing they're just doing whatever they want. So what's going to happen to that female? She's going to have to blame something, and unfortunately the blame always goes back to Islam.
Yes.
Instead of going to the culture, because if they knew what Islam really did for women back then in terms of true liberation, giving them the right to get educated, the right to vote, and we had female scholars in the past and so forth. It comes now it comes back where this young girl is going to start hating Islam because she's going to see it as an unfair system. And who's not going to see that, right? There is no more equal, there is no more justice. And they're going to see that now this religion is, anti-women, anti this, while because they're seeing the men doing whatever they want to do.
Yeah, and I hope in the family will start to pay attention to this.
Yeah. No, 100%. And again, I think that comes first of all from the parents.
Yes.
Where they need to know to train these young boys to be like real men and be respectful, because the idea now, especially in today's time where these young men are growing up saying, what, I'm going to do whatever I want, sleep around, whatever, I'll just go back home and marry me a good girl, right? Yeah. And what happens is our young girls in this generation, this country, are seeing these boys doing whatever they want, and then all of a sudden they're marrying a person, like no consequences for their actions. Of course they're going to get that, that hatred, that jealousy. So they're going to say, what, if they're doing that, I'm going to start doing it. And that's what, what's going to happen. Now we're starting to destroy both of our boys and girls because of this mentality.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mohamed.
Thank you very much.